Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a break with Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend. How's it going today?
Wonderful. Every day is a good day.
Again, I'm repping.
Go Terps.
This is a new Terp shirt. I don't think I've worn this one yet.
Go Terps.
You have something strange on your shirt, Alice. What do you have on your
shirt? It's my WFMU Wolf Glow in the Dark.
What is WFMU?
It's the best radio station out of New Jersey.
I shouldn't have asked that question.
You asked it.
I feel like I can't get that 5 seconds of my life back now.
No.
All right, Alex. 100%. What are we talking about today?
We got a big day ahead of us. We got a big day. We're going to talk a lot of Marvel stuff. Big Marvel books like 8 Ball.
Wow. He does that every single day.
I'll have a decaf mocha to go.
One decaf?
Just kidding. That's not a Marvel book. Titania, Red Guardian, Alioth, and our favorite kid, Loki.
Right.
I wish there was an alligator Loki comic book, but unfortunately there isn't. Hopefully they change.
It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff relating to television, right? Yep. Marvel television, and then Ghost World as well. Okay, great. Yep. And a little bit of Red Guardian, a little bit of Black Widow. Okay, great, Alex. All right, what are we going to start with today, my friend?
Talk Titania. She-Hulk's nemesis.
Yes. So obviously there has been a surge in popularity and in pricing on anything related to Marvel television and film. These shows are skyrocketing. Everything is going crazy.
Yes.
You almost can't even keep up with it anymore, Alex. It's like one day to the next, right?
Buy everything and hope for the best. That's the only thing.
And and it's all over the place. I mean, some of the stuff originated in the 80s, some of it in the 90s. Yeah. So, a fan can't even anticipate, oh, Madam Web, where did that go? It's like you can't even anticipate anymore where the next surprise is going to come from, right? So it's literally Marvel just comes out of nowhere and it's like, oh, this person's on this TV show, and then boom, it's like 5 times the price.
Yep.
So Alex, talk a little bit about Titania and what to expect from her character.
Yeah, I mean, I would call Titania probably B-C villain. She was created in Secret Wars, which Secret Wars books are just every year. There's new characters, new costumes. Those books are just going and going. She is the nemesis of She-Hulk. If you want to say She-Hulk has one person that she always fights, classic story of like teenage bullied, small. She goes to against Secret War and she gets powers, and now she's big and strong, and she beats up a lot of people. And it's just one of those characters that just a big strong person fighting another big strong person. And if the rumors are true, I can't remember if it's rumors or if it was confirmed, but Jamila
Jamil,
who was amazing in The Good Place, and I like watching her on Twitter. Be perfect person to play that character, I think.
By the way, it sounds like your origin story a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Got bullied.
Very bullied. Yeah. Well, I didn't get big and strong. I just ate too many cheeseburgers, and then that's about it. And grew a beard. That's it. My acne scarring's under my beard, and I just ate too much.
Got it. Okay.
Fortunately
for fans, that her first appearance is actually not a difficult book to find. It's not a cheap book, but it's not a difficult book. Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #3, July 1984. That book was printed in high quantities. And what's also good about that book is that's a book that was collected even back in 1984. Yep. That was not a book that got knocked around on newsstands and shelves and everywhere else. That was a book that people bought off the shelf, put it in a bag and backboard.
You can get a mint. You can get a mint.
You can get those mint. I mean, those were printed pretty good.
Yeah.
There are 404 9.8 blue labels, Alex. There's 93 gold label 9.8s. There's actually 3 blue label 9.9s. The 9.8 sell for about $500 today. It's the first appearance of Alcana, Marsha Rosenberg, and the new Titania, Mary Skeeter McFerrin. It's got a Jim Shooter story, Mike Zeck and John Beatty art, and it's got the great Mike Zeck cover. Again, amazing those Superhero Secret Wars covers are classic.
Yes.
Okay, then the next issue to take a look at, Alex, is Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #7 from November of '84. Those are 402 blue label 9.8s, 71 gold label 9.8s. There's 1 blue label 9.9. That's about a $400 book in 9.8. That issue is the first She-Hulk fight versus Titania.
Mhm.
So that book is a book that people are looking for, which is why you see it priced almost as high as number 3.
Yeah.
It also happens to be the first appearance of the new Spider-Woman, Julia Carpenter, which is in its own right what's driving the price of that book.
Two
Again,
good appearances. Yep.
right. This book has the Bob Layton cover on it, but the interior art is by Mike Zeck. The next book to take a look at is Thor number 436, September of 1991. There are 13 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. That's about a $70 book. It's got Captain America in the book, Absorbing Man, and Titania appear. Al Milgrom cover and art. Then the next book with Titania in it is Web of Spider-Man number 59 from December of 89. It's about a $5 raw book. There's only one blue label 9.8 in the pop report. Again, it's got Titania, Puma, and Doctor Doom. There's rumors of Doctor Doom, in a new movie, in a new series, in a new something. We'll see what happens when the Fantastic Four. When Fantastic Four gets absorbed into MCU. Then in the new She-Hulk series, the 2005 series, the 2004 series of She-Hulk, She-Hulk number 9 from January of 2005. There's 3 blue label 9.8s, 3 gold label 9.8s. That's about a $10 raw book. She's not on the cover of that book, although it is a Mike Mayhew cover. I love Mike Mayhew. I actually just bought a Moon Knight cover from him. I love his classic Star Wars covers. His Star Wars covers
they're phenomenal.
Amazing. Yeah, I think he's most well known for that stuff. There's actually a George Lucas cameo, by the way, in She-Hulk number 9. Funny enough. Yeah.
Now I have to buy one.
Yeah. She-Hulk number 10 is a very, very expensive book. This is a key, Alex. This is a key book. February of 2005, 6 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. This seems to be the book that all the Titania fans are looking for. It's the best cover of all the Titania ones. It's a Mike Mayhew cover. I think this is why the people want it. It's also got the origin of Titania. It's about $100 raw, Alex.
Dang.
Raw. So you can't even find these in 9.8. My bet is that if you found the 9.8, it'd be in the $400 to $500 range. These
were popular books, but not super popular. This is Dan Slott right before Amazing Spider-Man, so it was very early.
Right. The people did buy. She-Hulk was a pretty decent print run book.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Then you have the She-Hulk number 11, March of 2005, 5 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. That's about a $10 raw book. Again, she's in that. Again, it's a Mike Mayhew cover. Last appearance in She-Hulk was She-Hulk number 12, April 2005, 3 blue label 9.8s, 1 gold label 9.8. That's about a $12 raw book. Again, it's a Mike Mayhew cover. So really the books are She-Hulk 10 and the Secret Wars 3 and 7. Those are the big ones.
Good ones. And they're not too bad right now.
No, not on the other ones. She-Hulk 10 is expensive though. Yeah. Can't find it. All right, Alex, what do we got up next?
Yeah, let's talk about Black Widow, who we're going to talk about a little bit later. Let's talk about her first movie, Ghost World.
Yeah, Alex, this series exploded recently, and I wonder if it's drafting off the success of Black Widow.
Could be. I mean, Ghost World is one of the one of my favorite comic book movies, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, this book just exploded recently out of nowhere. So we're going to talk really about 8 Ball. Where Ghost World first appeared, where the Ghost World storyline first begins, and we'll run through numbers 12 through 19 very quickly because they're not that expensive. Excuse me, but the real big one is 8 Ball number 11. Yeah, June of 1993. There's only 2 blue label 9.8s, 1 gold label 9.8. The last blue label sold for about $1,000, but those books are $100 raw. Yeah. When you start to get the number, the book came out sporadically, by the way. Yeah. 8 Ball 12 came out in November of 93. 13 came out in April of 94. 14 came out in February of 95. And they jumped 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. And 8 Ball number 12 through 19 are all $15, $20, $25, $30 books. It's a Daniel Close story, cover and art. What is the driving force between 8 Ball, Ghost World? What is the storyline? Why all of a sudden are we seeing a massive jump in these kind of properties?
Well, Daniel Clowes, huge independent artist. I think there's 3 movies: Art School Confidential, maybe David Boring. I know there's 3 movies based on his work. Ghost World, obviously, Art School Confidential, and then there's one more movie. But most of his stuff comes from eight balls, and all of his serialization starts in these books. And as an independent comic creator like this, if you're a Marvel DC Midtown guy that you go in every week, you may not picked up 8-Ball. This is more of a, you're going to zine conventions or underground stores, or stores like Desert Island in Brooklyn that has a lot of this stuff. And so they're not easy to find. And a lot of the people that bought them, I mean, I have a couple of issues of 8-Ball here and there, but I mean, this is something that people don't like actively buy and sell to flip. These are like, fancy readers where they take them and they keep them. And Ghost World, again, Scarlett Johansson's first movie, it was huge for her. So it was a good series, and there's a lot of good stuff in there, and they're hard to find.
Yeah, I will tell you, it is interesting because over the years there were points in time where I did collect a lot of the indies and stuff.
Mhm.
I don't really remember ever having the 8-Ball issues. That's not a series that I used to collect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Alex. Alex's pick of the week. What do we got, Alex?
I want to talk about my favorite toy line and TV show that nobody likes, the Centurions. Do you remember the Centurions?
Only one force can stop this evil, a handful of brave men. In specially created exoframes, they can be transported anywhere to fuse with incredible assault weapon systems, being down from the space station Skyvault, becoming man and machine power extreme.
No, I do not. You really?
Most people do not. So the cartoons about.
I thought. By the way, I thought you were going to talk about the McFarlane DC toys.
No. Those are also
Alex,
very popular.
You got it. Okay, we got to talk about those at some point.
We'll do. The Centurions are like a 80s, 90s cartoon and toy line. The cartoon's about 3 characters who call on a satellite that zips down armor and stuff that connects to their body. So they wear these suits that have holes in them, and these armor comes down and connects. The cartoon didn't last very long, but the toy line is amazing. So it's these action figures. They're bigger than 6 inches. They're probably about 8-inch, 9-inch toys, and they come with this like, one was a aquatic, one was like a sky, and one was earth. So like one has a helicopter, and you snap it to the action figure. The action figures have little holes in them, and you actually snap these things in big, huge vehicles, small vehicles, but it's almost like a blend of Transformers and action figures. And of course, I'm looking the other day to like, I need to complete my collection. I got 2. I need the other third guy, and of course, they're hundreds of dollars, 100 to 3. Loose missing parts, they're $100. Complete in box, you're looking at $300 to $400. But one of my favorite toy lines that I don't think most people realize how neat those toys were.
Alex, I think you were a weirder kid than I even thought. By the
100%. Yeah, definitely.
All right. What do we got next, Alex?
Yeah, let's keep talking Black Widow stuff. Red Guardian, who was
amazing.
Okay. Amazing.
By the way, David Harbour really did a great job.
I want a David Harbour Red Guardian movie. Just him in prison the whole time.
He was terrific. By the way, I wanted the action figure that they
right, the pull string. I'm sure they'll make it.
Right. By the way, it doesn't exist, right?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, they got to make that, right?
Yeah. What a great tie-in.
Perfect movie merch.
Yeah.
I love that toy. I wanna get one of those. So David Harbour was terrific. The best scene is when he's putting on the costume and it still fits.
Yeah. Barely. He's pushing it together.
He was really terrific in the movie. He was great. Love the costume. Love the character. And obviously the book has been going crazy.
Yeah.
Again, this was a real throwback. Again, I don't know how Marvel does their library checks, because certain characters they pull are from the 2000s, some are from the 90s, some are from the 80s. And so whoever works in the library department over there really does a great job. They figure out, it's almost like they say, we need a character that can do A, B, C, D, and E. And they have like a library checkbox.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this is the character that fits all of those.
Yeah.
And Red Guardian was terrific. So in any case, Avengers 43 is a cameo appearance. Avengers 43 is the first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
It was August of 1967. I'm having trouble here, Alex. August of 1967. So 1967, you're not going to have a lot of high grade books. So we're going to talk about some lower grade books. There's only one Blue Label 9.8, Alex. I wonder where that's buried, right?
Yeah.
There's only 13 Blue Label 9.6s. And there's only 28 Blue Label 9.4s.
That's low.
There's 35 Blue Label 9.2s and one Gold Label 9.2. It is until you get 9.0 where you have 51 Blue Label 9.0s till you have a pop.
Yeah.
So an 8.5 just sold for $550. The first appearance of the Red Guardian, Alexei Shostakov. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Black Widow's obviously also in the book. Roy Thomas story, John Buscema and George Russo's cover and art. So it's a Buscema cover. It's a great cover. Avengers 44 is an amazing cover.
Yes.
That's also John Buscema cover. Both covers are terrific, by the way, Alex. So that is September of 67, 9 Blue Label 9.8s, 1 Gold Label 9.8, 14 Blue Label 9.6s, 39 Blue Label 9.4s, 31 Blue Label 9.2s, 1 Gold Label 9.2, and then there's 31 Blue Label 9.0 and 1 Gold Label 9.0. So the pop, even at 9.0 and above, is very, very hard. A 9.2 just sold for $315, and 8.5 is $170.
That's
so not bad.
Not bad.
I wonder if we see him again.
Maybe. I mean, I wonder
if we see him again. I think you'll see.
Yeah, I'm also wondering if maybe because the original character in these books and the one in the movie is so completely different. Like in the books, it's Black Widow's husband who she thought was dead and he came back and now he's this. And in the movie, it's her dad. It's her fake dad. You know, spoilers. So maybe just using the name might be holding people back, but I mean that 44 cover is so amazing. Why? I mean, if you like that movie, just buy it. I mean, that's not bad. 315 is not bad.
For sure. All right, Alex, what do we got next? We're going to talk about Loki TV,
Loki
right?
Spoilers. Yeah. So a lot of spoilers this time.
It's too late already. If you haven't seen it,
we're far beyond the
far beyond spoiler episodes. Okay, what do we got first?
Alioth. Alioth. Yeah, Alioth. Yep,
we'll go with that. So
the surprise character.
So talk about it. It was an interesting. That went in a direction that I don't think anybody predicted.
Which is why that show's so good. Yes.
And as soon as I saw the episode, I was like, "Wow, I wonder what the heck that is." And I went to eBay, of course, and I did it. And then the price is 4 times. Then by the time I'm typing it in, it's already 4 times the price.
Right. Exactly. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
When you're looking for it, it's too late.
Right.
This is a character, I guess. I mean, it ties very much into Kang, which a lot of us know is going to be the villain in the next Ant-Man movie / Marvel Universe, which is time travel and different universes. And I think, without watching the last episode of Loki while we're filming this, although it's going to be out and people have already seen it, this is a character that it did exactly what is doing in the show. It eats realities, it eats things. It had its own, area, and even Kang the Conqueror was afraid of it and kind of left it alone. So the fact that they could have done anything with this episode for it not to kind of mix in with all the rest of the mythos of the Avengers and what to do with it.
Right. So it was not a short print run on this book, but it's still selling for a lot of money now.
And that's Avengers crazy because this was the collector's item buying now. This is one of those 90s pushes.
If a book had a foil or gold or embossed cover and it's produced in the 90s, they made a lot of them.
And there's cases of them somewhere.
And people collected them. Yeah. So Avengers: The Terminatrix objective number 1, September of 93, 6 Blue Label 9.8s, 0 Gold Label 9.8s. It's a $45 to $55 raw book now.
That's bananas.
Okay, so holographic cover.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Everything. Yeah.
And by the way, they didn't spell holographic the way that you would sell it. It's hollow-GARFX.
Yeah, of course, because why not make it different than everything?
And it's got a Mike Gustovich cover. I don't know who Mike Gustovich is. What happened to him?
The hologram covers went out of business, so he went somewhere else. He made all the little stickers for authentications. One of the few people I don't recall Mike Gustovich, by the way. Mike Gustovich, if you're watching, please reach out so we know you're okay. Yes. Okay. All right, Alex. And then what's the last Loki spoiler we're going to use for today? The child Loki, kid Loki, who was amazing.
That kid was good, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's probably another British theater actor. Like they love those British theater actors. It's great for the show.
I mean, Richard Grant as classic Loki was, I mean, what a cherry on top of it. Richard Grant has had the best last 2 years of any actor. He's been in everything. He's been in Star Wars. He's been in a TV series. He's been in the Marvel movies. Like he's been all over the place.
Yes, he's one of those elder statesmen, like the Ian McKellens
100%.
and the Dumbledore guy. What was his name?
Yeah.
Who played Dumbledore?
I forget. Yeah, but yeah, they're just
all those guys, right?
Yeah.
They have this renaissance.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart, right? Renaissance. Okay, Kid Loki. Thor number 617, January of 2011, 49 Blue Label 9/8, 1 Gold Label 9/8, Matt Fraction story, Pasquale Ferry cover and art. Before I give you the crazy price on this book, talk a little bit about Kid Loki. What's the appeal? Why do you think they brought Kid Loki in there with all the variants?
Because I think it was a character. If you want to call Kid Loki a separate character from all the Lokis, sure. There's female Loki, Kid Loki, whatever you want. But he was around for a while, and it kind of gave you, this is a Loki when he perished doing something good. Although the reason why he died is because he set up the Sentry to kill Asgard, so it was his fault. But he saved a lot of people. He died. He got resurrected as a child Loki. This Loki had a little bit more heart. Everybody hated Loki and he was trying to do better. So this character was in the Thor books in the Marvel Universe for a while, a good amount of time. And, again, fan favorite. People love that. People loved the child Loki persona. Right.
So, and the kid who played it really nailed it.
It helped when he had the high C ecto cooler box and he was drinking it off the throne.
And by the way, Matt Fraction is Rockstar. So you got to add that in. So it's a $550 to $600 CGC book, a 9/8, and then it's a $75 raw book. So it's a really, really hot book. There's also a Brandon Peterson Tron 1 in 15 variant. Kid Loki's not on the cover. Thor is on the cover. So this is one of the rare instances where the main cover, even though it was printed in a far less quantity, is basically the same price or more than the variant cover.
Yeah.
Because the cover is certainly not as appealing. The regular cover has got the Kid Loki on the cover. It's great.
Yeah.
So there are 33 Blue Label 9/8. There's 4 Gold Label 9/8. There's actually 1 Blue Label 9/9. That's also a $550 to $600 book in 9/8. The raw book is $150 to $200. So the raw book is double the price of the other raw book because they're hard. They're 15 times as hard.
Yeah.
But quite frankly, Alex, I would buy just the regular version.
Go find collections, man. Modern collections.
Yeah. They're there. I mean, again,
we're on the time 2011. That's we're at the age where if you were like 18 buying comic books at that point, now's the time they'd be selling them because they just bought a house or a kid's on the way.
You're paying for college.
Paying for college. Yeah.
All right, Alex, that brings us to close to another week. I thank everybody for joining us. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the fields below. We thank you for joining us on this weekly journey. We will see everybody next week. Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Bye, guys.